I may look like a majestic shepherd right now, but we're on an adventure looking for a specific type of crystal today. It's black, hard, and beautiful, just like Gadsy. Look at that radiant, majestic motherfucker. We were looking for tourmaline, specifically scroll, the black version of tourmaline. And that's important to note because tourmaline has the highest number of colours available to it when it comes to gemstones. Not only does it have a vast variety of colours, it also has the pyroelectric effect. Essentially, it holds a charge and it can repel and attract things like dirt and small bits of paper, like a magic trick. Anyway, Gadsy and I were out on the hot plains looking for that exact stone. I might have spotted a small piece down here, but before I show you that, this is one of them right here. This is a tourmaline crystal, and I hope to find a couple of good ones today. We started our day literally just looking around on the dirt to see if we could spot any. Oh, it's wedged in. And we were having quite a bit of luck. Fists full of black rock. Black tourmaline is called scroll. Scroll. Yeah, I'll update that on a voiceover.
Scroll.
What we were finding was float rock, little crystals that had broken off from the source and travelled down the mountainside, and these weren't very good examples of them.
Little baby ones.
Little
That's how they
bubbers.
start off and then they go to school and then they grow up to be big tourmalines.
And whilst it was really cool to see these crystals just sitting all over the ground, we were really after clusters. Tourmaline can be found alongside quartz, it can also be found in pegmatites and granites, and it's known as a borosilicate. It's just a very fancy way of saying there is a lot of variety when it comes to this stone. Is that a big bit? Is that just a huge piece of tourmaline? It is. It's so shiny. It's a little rough looking to go up here, but... Scroll is one of the most common versions of tourmaline, and that means that we wanted to find clusters because they would be more valuable. And in order to find clusters, we needed to find where it was shedding out of the mountainside, and that means taking samples of the bedrock itself. I know this is probably not the best quality tourmaline in the world. Well, it actually absolutely will not be the best quality, but it's very exciting. It's very exciting to come up and like on a hunch, thinking that there might be some tourmaline here, and there is. Ah! Ooh, that's a big rock.
Yeah. I think it moved. Oh, there we go.
What we're looking for is like a vug.
A vug of tourms.
That has tourms in it. Squint. No, squint again. The pieces of float quartz were showing us a couple of things. The tourmaline was permeating right through the quartz, and it was associated with the quartz. So if we could find a quartz vein, we'd probably find tourmaline clusters. This is our first time looking for tourms. And he found a cracking crystal that broke in half. It was like, I cannot be taken alive by a Gadsy. We're really looking for a vug, a pocket. This is a pocket where all the crystals have space to grow out and be individual. Let's get specific about this. A vug, or a void within the rock that the tourmaline or any other crystal is growing, allows clusters to form that look like this. And this is what I was hoping to find. We don't have that quite yet, but we're still getting tourmaline crystals out of this. And Gadsy just spotted this on the side of the track. Look at that. Geology. Man, that's going to make some geologists moist. Gadsy took this opportunity to blind me. Work it. Oh, the camera loves you. Oh my God.
Nah, it's alright.
Safety squint t-shirts available in the oldmoldy.com.au. They will keep you safe from Gadsy's picking.
You'd like to try it. Right. Ants in my eyes.
Ants in his underpants. Whoa, man, look at that. I don't know, look, we are very amateur at this, but that is cool.
Oh my God.
We just worked our way down into a little gully and we just found a really good outcrop. Oh, wow, that's what we're looking for. Look at the size of these bits. Yeah, it's the one I saw from up the top. Gadsy, we found Tourmaline City! Tourmaline City! You know that means that now I've got to struggle my bag and get that off. No, Gadsy, we don't have tools that we can actually pry these off safely with, but we're going to try nonetheless. You see, in the ground world of David Rockenborough, normally you would whack the ever-living bejesus out of this, and you would get some of these chakra liners out that are just ginormous, but we don't have the right tools. We have a stumpy, which would normally be right.
We've got a geology as well.
We've got a geology and a stumpy, but we need like a feather and wedge or something. So we can't really get these out, but we are just finding these lying on the ground.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at the size of it.
Yeah. I got a bit too.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's very exciting. I feel like a real treasure hunter today.
I think that's the biggest piece of tourmaline I've ever found.
That's the biggest piece I've ever found.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is the biggest piece I've ever found.
That's a prime example.
We walked down the gully and it was like, oh, it's just a wad of it over there. Realizing that we were a little under-equipped, we continued our search to see if we could find an outcrop we could pull apart. And whilst the heat was certainly trying to send us home, we had tourmaline fever at this point. And that was because the deeper we went into the valley, the more clusters we were finding, even if they weren't formed in vugs. So sweaty. I just found the biggest chunk of the day. By far the biggest chunk. That whole rock is a tourmaline. The whole thing. Wow. I'll keep it. It's going to be heavy to lug around all day, but damn. Gadsy's just called me over. So many grass seeds. What am I looking at?
I just saw that. I'll tell you something else.
Oh. Yeah. I'm going to show you mine first. Are you ready? Oh my god!
Well,
that's a tourmaline. It's a bit worn,
there
but
isn't any quartz in it, it's just tourmaline.
searching around that area led us to more and more small pockets of tourmaline, but no vugs. Remember, Chris, you can't take it all home. You just can't take it all home. It won't all fit. Anything will fit with enough persistence and persuasion, but we weren't about to do that in 38-degree heat. Wow. Just one mega piece of torms.
I think this is where we need to go.
People of the internet are going to make fun of us for getting excited over what is probably considered to be scraps, but I don't care. It's exciting for us. Just on the other side of this ridge I'm walking up, we spotted what looks like there's probably a couple of boulders stacked on top of each other, but it looks like a cave. And it's right next to a bunch of quartz shedding out of the hillside in line with the vein. So because this is an exploring day, we've got to check everything out so we know where to come back to and possibly sink a little hole and do some tests. The hill's giving away free mirrors. All the signs were there for clusters. Yep. Every quartz flow we found had large tourmaline clusters, as well as a lot of free-floating crystals. And whilst the small pieces were broken and the clusters were well weathered, it does indicate that if we dig down on a vein, we may find our pockets full of clusters. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's just lying on the ground everywhere here. But with a UV index over 14 and temperatures approaching 40 degrees Celsius, it was getting harder to stay out.
Oh, look at that! Why on?
It's hot. It's really hot. It's not quite a cave, but it's certainly a temporary shelter. In and around that temporary shelter, we started finding complete crystals, ones that weren't broken in half. Well, at least not completely. And Mr. Sweatpants had worked out a technique to pop the crystals off the host rock. I'm sorry if I break your baby. Ow. We discovered if you strike along the length of the crystal, they tend to pop off the quartz without shattering. Uh-oh. Yeah. Hey! Yeah, that's a good one.
That's how you do it, man.
Oh, I got a good one.
That's
a full crystal.
Yeah, it's kind of curved as well.
Yeah, just like something else I have. Gadsy pioneered the technique. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. That's a real good one. My wigger.
Oh.
Today's hunt has been great success.
Success.
Great success.
Yes.
Yeah. That's worked out way better than I thought it would have worked out.
Surprisingly amazing.
I had a hunch there was stuff up here, but
What's this one?
not this much stuff. We're going to come back with better tools.
Mm.
Yeah. For now, air conditioning.